Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Sunday, the 9th of January 2022. I hope you are feeling well. If it's a Sunday morning where you are, I hope it's an enjoyable, lazy Sunday morning where you can spend time having breakfast and maybe reading the newspaper if you still read such things, if they're still available, or getting your news however you get your news. I will talk about the news in a second, but today is the Observer Day. That means no Guardian is printed on the Sundays, so we have the Observer instead, and the Observer does not rate its puzzles. That's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Good because it means that we are not misled. Bad because it means we have absolutely no idea what we're looking for, whether we should be assuming this is going to contain tricky techniques or not. Probably not, but sometimes it can be more difficult than the expert level Guardian puzzle, occasionally, just very occasionally. Right, what is happening in the news? I'm afraid it's COVID, yes. And in the US, hospitalizations are about to hit a new high. Last year's record of 132,000 hospitalizations is about to be topped in the next couple of days. Deaths are remaining stable at around 1,400 a day. 1,400 people dying every day. Some of this is needless too. Some of this could be avoided. Not all of it, but certainly a lot of it could be avoided. And we still have the ridiculously right-wing Supreme Court in America looking like they are going to turn down or refuse Biden's mandate on companies that have more than 100 employees requiring vaccinations. That court is so disgusting, really. They are going to put America back to the dark ages. The worst, of course, is Clarence Thomas. Just that man is such a nightmare, worse than Kavanaugh. He really is. And he asked. I heard him rather, as part of the audio, asking a question. Saying, "Oh, are vaccines the only way we can solve this problem?" Like as though let's give fuel to the anti-vaxxers. Man, he's an idiot too, really. Anyway, enough about US politics. It's all idiotic and unfortunately heading in a terrible direction too. But we don't all live in America, thankfully. Unfortunately, the reach is extensive and affects everywhere, especially including where I live myself. Okay, so let's try to put it out of our heads and become Zen-like. Shall we what's the word, chant for a while? Shall we do our om to try to get into a Zen-like frame of mind? I'm always in a happy frame of mind anyway, whatever's going on in the world. Usually I'm happy. It's my chief virtue, I think. Right, let's see. This could turn out to be an easy level game. I have no idea, so I shall explain the rules in case we have beginners here. We have squares going across, and there are 9 of them in a row. We have squares coming down, and there are 9 of them in each column. And we have squares within these outlined areas, which we refer to as blocks, or boxes, or whatever you want to call them. And guess how many squares there are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, 9. Right, so that's it. We've finished now, and now you understand the rules. We are ready to play the game. So we can consider that 9 in this row across the top here means that 9 must not be in this square or this square, and 9 must not be in this square or this square because of this 9 here. Got it? A kind of blocking effect. I'm going to use the word blocking because that's really what it does. Blocks along the rows and columns. So we now know that 9 goes there. I'm going to have to invest in some new pens, I think. And that 9 will bring down this column here. 9 blocking down this column because there's just a single empty cell. That means one of these squares that we can put the 9 into. Right. Any more 9s hanging around? Maybe not. Let's see what else is going on. Well, something that's attracted my... Oh no, something easier than that. I'll tell you about the thing that attracted my eye in a moment. I've seen something easier. 8 blocks across here. and 8 blocks up there. So we can place an 8 into that square there. It's a rather squiggly 8. Now I'll tell you what I spotted, and I don't know if it's useful or not even, but it is something that I saw. 1 and 5 block down here, these two squares, 1 blocks down here and 5 blocks down here, meaning 1 and 5 is in these two squares here. And now that we know that these two squares contain 1 and 5, we can work out the missing numbers here. So we got 1, 2, there's no 3, 4, 5, 6, there's no 7. So 3 and 7 are the missing numbers, and we have to check across here and we look for any intersecting 3s or 7s, and we see there's a 3 here. So we know that the 3 goes there and the 7 is in that square there. So there, it was useful. And now 7 blocking down here and 7 blocking up here, that's going to put a 7 into that square there. And now we only have 1 digit missing from this column. 1, 2, we don't yet have a 3, so our 3 must go there. Now we can find this number by working out what goes in here. We don't yet have 2 and 4 for these two squares. Now we don't have any intersecting 2s and 4s, but we know this is 2 or 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's no 6, so a 6 has to go there. Of course you could have just said 6 blocks up this column. That's another way of looking at exactly the same problem and coming up with the same answer, and Sudoku is useful like that. I mean, the ideas are useful in that we can often find the digits in more than one way. We don't have to follow exactly the same method to get the same result. We see 7 blocking across here, and down here, so that's going to put a 7 into that square there. Anything else that's easy looking? Right, so I'm going to need to start looking more methodically, I guess. Okay. So the 1s, anything, do we know anything useful about 1? Not great. Maybe, yes. Okay, so 1 blocks across here and 1 blocks up here, so that places a 1 in one of these two squares, which blocks down here, 1 blocks down here. So now we know a 1 goes in that square there, meaning this can't be a 1, so a 1 goes here, and a 5, which is the last number for that block, goes there. The 1 blocks across here now, and the 1 blocks across here, so that puts a 1 into that square there. Missing numbers at the end here are 5 and 8. Okay. Now 7 blocks down here, so 7 is in one of these two squares, can't tell which one, but one of them. 7 blocks up there, 7 blocks up there, that's going to put a 7 into this square here. I know something about 5s, but nothing, I can't place it. I can see that 5 blocks here and 5 blocks here and 5 blocks here, so I do know that 5s are somewhere in these two squares. That's not going to do anything wonderful, but I just happen to note that, and you know, we have to note these make mental notes of these kind of things at least. There we go. There's a 1 blocking up here, 1 across here. So 1 will be in that square now. And now 1 blocking down here, up here, across here, and across here means 1 will be here now. And what did I just say about the 5s? 5 blocks here, 5 blocks here, and 5 blocks here. So now we can in fact place our 5 very quickly. That's why we make these mental notes. Okay, so we don't yet have a 6 in this column. Do you agree? We are lacking a 6. We can see this 6 blocking this square, but then because 6 will also block across here, 6 will have to be in one of these two squares, meaning 6 cannot go there. Got it? 6 blocks directly across here, which means puts into one of these two squares, which will also block there. So a 6 will be in that square there. Now we are lacking a 2 as well. We have a 1. There's no 2 anywhere, but immediately you should be able to see this 2 interfering with our free play, and so 2 goes there. And the last digit that we need to complete this column is an 8. If you want to count through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 8, but we have a 9, so that must be our 8. And now that's going to give us an 8 in the middle. 8 across here, 8 down here. So that is an 8 that we can place there. Okay. Hopefully this is not too fast. Remember, you can always go back and you know, rewind if it is. 2 blocks across here, 2 blocks across here. This square must be a 2 now, and now we've only got 1 digit in this row. It's a 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can place our 4 in that square like so. Right, where should we look now? Where's the next useful place to look? Well, this 4 blocks this square, so 4 will be here or here. And if you remember, 6 was here or here. So we can find this number. This number's got to be the last number. This is 4 or 6. So this is going to be 9, because that's the only number we don't yet have. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, so 9 will go here, and that will put a 9 now blocks across there, so 9 will come up here, but this 4 blocks this square, 6 or 4, 4 can't be here, so now we know 4 must be in this square, and 3 will be here. If you're wondering about the background noise that you may be able to hear, this is somebody selling brushes. Commercial brush sales people, but they are I've spoken about them before, so if you're regular on this channel you may have heard them, but they are made from local materials, you know, coconut and bamboo and stuff, so I generally buy them as opposed to the plastic options. 1 blocking across here and up here gives us a 1 in that square there. And where do we need to look now? Okay, we can see 5 blocking here, 5 blocking here, so that's a 5 there. 5 now blocks down here, and across there, so that's our 5 there. Doesn't look like we need too much too many. I don't think we're going to need anything difficult to finish this game, are we really? Seems unlikely at this stage, but well, one can never quite tell, but I don't think so. Alright, let's investigate what's missing then. So 2 blocks up here and here, so 2 is in these 2 squares. What else do we need up there? 3s, 4s, 6s. I'm not sure where I should be looking. I don't see any value in looking up and down here because we don't have enough intersecting. Oh, how about the 7s? No, that's just going to put 7 in these 2 squares, right? And 4s are somewhere up there. 9s, how about 9s? No, 9s are here and there. Interesting. I just see that's what happens every time I say I don't think we're going to need any difficult technique or logic or something. That's when the puzzle turns interesting. I have this magic ability to change a game from easy to slightly more difficult with the spoken word. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are we missing here? 5, 6, and oh, there we go. That's why I didn't see 7. Okay, so we're missing 6 and 7 here. 7 blocks down here, 7 blocks down here. In fact, I didn't see it. 7 goes there, 6 goes there now. And what else is there to do? 7 now blocking across here and across here, and down here means we can place a 7 in that square there. Missing numbers here are 6 and 9. Can't quite get them yet. 6 blocks across here, 6 blocks across here, so 6 goes here, and now of course 6 stops this from being a 6, and so our 6 will be placed here and our 9 will be placed here, and if you remember this has to be a 9 as well. Okay, we've got 9 blocking down there if you're not sure. You can see the 9 there. We have just one missing number, it's a 3. Okay. So 2 blocks here, 3 blocks here, that means 2 and 3 appear here. In fact, 3 blocks there already, so we'll put the 3 there and the 2 there, and the last number to get here is a 4, I believe. Okay, this stops this from being a 4, so 4 comes here, and the missing number from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? Okay. Right, almost home, just a few bits to do now. Missing number across here looks to be a 4. 1, 2, 3, there's no 4. So put the 4 in, and the missing number up here, 2. Right, just over the left hand side to focus on now. We just need one of these into these digits that we have down here to find the number 4. That will be it. 4 blocks up here, 4 blocks across, so 4 will be placed there. Then we have one number across here, so 3 I remember, isn't it? Yeah, 3 now comes down here, blocks this from being a 3. 3 is here. 5 is the last number we need there. 5 now blocks down here, 5 blocks across here, so 5 will be in that square there. Missing numbers up here are 2 and 8. Well, 8 blocks across here already, so 8 goes here. That means 8 can't appear in this square here. 8 is here. 2 is there. Stops this from being a 2. 2 goes there. And the final number we need to finish the whole puzzle is a 6. And we must quickly check through, since we are on pen and paper, to make sure we haven't made any terrible mistakes. What level am I going to put it at? I think it's easy, right? But for newspaper games, it may be somewhere almost at the lower medium end, if you know what I mean, somewhere between easy and medium. So anyway, that's my rating. Easy/medium, shall we call it? Okay, so thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll be back later with the more difficult puzzles or some other Sudoku thing later. Bye bye.